Welcome back to One Comic Book a Day. We're covering the final story in Superboy issue 22, The New Clark Kent. After an issue that did something different with Lana, that different thing basically putting her on her deathbed for the entire issue, we are now back to the usual Lana flair where she's trying to figure out that Clark Kent is Superboy, or trying to trick him into proving it is, constantly laying traps. And at first, that trap involves a giant robot. Well, an 8-foot robot, so like a large robot, not a giant robot, but I'll take what I can take with giant robots. But it turns out just to be an advertisement. It's not really running amok, and he defeats it like that. It's like 2 panels. Where are my giant robot fights? After that, Lana thinks she has him, as he threw Clark Kent's ball, but Clark comes up with a different strategy than, say, ventriloquism. That's usually how he gets out of this. He decides to be super rude and assertive after meeting a guy who teaches him how to be assertive. So now he's like punching people out and being just an absolute a-hole to everybody, especially Lana. Though Lana kind of deserves it a little bit. Now she doesn't believe in any way that he can be Superboy because he's not nice. Superboy is very nice. So she believes another timid boy named Freddy is actually Superboy, which gets things off of him until she starts doing very dangerous things to prove that Freddy is Superboy because, well, you should have seen that coming, Superboy. She's done this to you multiple times, almost like every day at this point when you see her. So you should have expected it. I don't particularly like this story. It's the same thing we've seen so many times, and once Freddy shows up, it's just a massive danger that he can fix at any time, but he's putting way too much danger into anybody instead of just coming up with a solution. Also, the way she gets off Freddy is just Freddy yelling at her that he's not Superboy. If it was that easy, that's something Clark should have been doing since the beginning instead of going to elaborate plans involving ventriloquism. Legitimately, it's really easy to get out of this until he has to return to being timid. Now, there is some development with Lana. She does seem to miss the timid, shy Clark Kent, the actual Clark Kent, or depending on how you view it, his performance of being kind of the opposite of Superboy. I always believe that his real persona is actually a combination of Clark Kent and Kal-El. He's even Superman or Superboy in this instance is him putting on a facade where he can't be scared. Superman, Superboy is scared sometimes, but he can't show it. And there is something sweet to Lana sort of romantically missing, or the idea of romance missing Clark the way he was. But also, once again, because they write her really poorly, it also comes off like she misses him being a pushover, like her own little servant that she can make do anything. And him being assertive doesn't allow her to walk all over him anymore. So that's really disappointing. God, we need to figure out how to make Lana just a character and not a gripe about how these writers probably thought of girls at that age. Jesus. Eventually, as I said, we get out of this and we're just back to the usual fare. And probably the next story is going to involve her trying to prove that it's Clark Kent again because she never learns that lesson. Okay, that is it from Superboy issue 23, The New Clark Kent. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notifications when a new video is up. We do this Monday through Friday, but Friday is Bat Friday, where I cover Batman story, either Detect Comics or Batman. And until next time, let's ponder the question, whatever did happen to the boy of tomorrow? I wonder what happened to Freddy. Hope he's not dead trying to disprove the fact that he was Superboy when Lana gets back on her horse again. Okay, have a great day.